All right, what it do, fellas? We are back with more Diablo Immortal action. The game is loading up right now, but we are back, and I don't know if you all have noticed, but we did add some new posters. My wife and I and the kids, we went to the city area and went to Joseph A. Banks and that kind of stuff because I've got that wedding this weekend. Actually, it's Monday, really, so it's like I've got the rehearsal dinner. What is it? Sunday night, and then Saturday is like some dinner thing. But I'll be back and forth. Survivor's Bane, it's not fun. All right, let's go make myself really, really mad. But Limp has asked countless times for this. So we will, and Limp we trust right now. And Limp we trust. Pull. Hmm. Let's make sure I don't have anything in here I need. Ooh, it's not good. We didn't get a chance to run by the gas station, so we're into the rum tonight, boys. Into the rum. But root beer and rum is not good. That's all we had at the house. I didn't get a chance to put even that on. Let's see if I hate this or not.
Verdun Sadie says. Yeah, I was. Tussie B says. Q normal BG and stop ducking me, you hoser.
Only if you tell me what your Bout of Equals team name was.
He's not wrong.
That's my only terms then, Tootsie.
Tussie B says. Rags to riches. Tussie B says. Ragtag.
What have I done?
Tussie B says. We lost to 1-2-3-4 last one. Tussie B says. Bara, Globe, Squishy, Lily.
Frostfield, no ground stick creeping.
9 loading 9 says. You're fucking weird.
It's better that you know. It's better that you know, though, loading. It's so much better. It's just so much better that you know. What the heck? Why? Inherit? Okay, maybe it's bugged out up there. Because every time I click it, it's just going instantly away. Okay. Whatever, I'll just do it this way.
Verdant Sadie says. That's weird.
I know, it's weird. It's not right. I'm confused why it's fighting me. Alright, fine, we'll do it the old school way. We won't use the filters. Jesus.
Tussie B says. Put on a community build and queue.
I'm gonna put on your community build.
Nine loading 9 says. Verdant Sadie welcome. Verdant Sadie says. Hi loading. 9 loading 9 says. I know it seems like I'm a sexist, but I do appreciate you.
It's not true. He's a sexist. He may still appreciate you, but he's a sexist now. Don't let him fool you.
9 loading 9 says. Okay. Tussie B says. You need Arcane Wind MH. Verdant Sadie says. LOL yes, I've never had a doubt you appreciate women. Tussie B says. The new one. Verdant Sadie says. Just not as people.
Hold on, wait, where is... Hold on, I'm here running downstairs. I gotta get a can of things if we're gonna try this thing. No, I gotta run with fully what Limp gave me.
Nine loading 9 says. Limp bullied you into going wizard. Verdant Sadie says. You gonna love it Krog, I had fun with it yesterday. Verdant Sadie says. I helped bully. Nine loading 9 says. He doesn't have the new essences. Verdant Sadie says. There's maybe one new one and it's not that new.
That's all of them.
Verdant Sadie says. Yep, he said. Loading 9 says. Why about sets and charm? Verdant Sadie
I don't know.
says. I did 4 Vithas for restitution, which is I think what Limp recommends. Verdant Sadie says. And I ran seeping and max
It's on you.
potency. Verdant Sadie says. And definitely run your chip. Limp a Dildo says. Sup.
Just for you, Limp.
Verdant Sadie says. Limp, he's doing it.
Yeah, but Limp, what do you want me to use?
Loading 9 says. Is this the laser build or meteor stun build?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm assuming it's lasers. Limp, what do you...
Loading 9 says. I mean black hole. Verdant Sadie says. Laser.
I can run a Maw, a Frozen, a Glue,
Verdant Sadie says.
Starfire.
Disintegrate and teleport. 9 Loading 9 says. Thank you.
If you don't want me to use the Void Spark. I don't have actually a real, like, one of these. This is only rank 4. I was just using it for that event last night.
Tussie B says. Frozen, you running Arachne Wind?
Testing. Better now, Limp?
9 Loading 9 says. Frozen hard.
I don't know. I didn't see the skills.
Says. Better now. Verdant Sadie says. Ah, yes, better sound.
What's the skills?
Limp a Dildo says. Ice armor. Frost field. Limp a Dildo says. Teleport. Verdant Sadie says. Ice armor. Frost field. Disintegrate. Teleport.
Do I ever actually primary attack? Is there any reason I'm running this electrocute?
Limp a Dildo says. You need disintegrate 4/4.
We'll see what I can do. We'll see.
Limp a Dildo says. You don't really use primary.
Because one, I mean, like, I'm not really thinking I have to...
Verdant Sadie says. There's nothing better to run for that offhand, but I didn't end up using primary barely at all.
Well, I just got a magic missile at 8
forever.
On this one. That's the only reason I ask. If I really don't primary attack, I might as well try to put something on there for it hit a little harder, right? Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know.
Limp a Dildo says. You don't use primary. Limp a Dildo says. It's a dead slot. Verdant Sadie says. No magic missile offhand. But you'll be channeling and going straight to teleport. Limp a Dildo says. Use teleport to run. Limp Dildo says. Use mini-map to shoot off screen.
Oh, trust me, this is like, if you want me to beam wizard, dude, this is like the only wizard that I've ever played is beam wizard is like. But now I need a crystal. I want to shoot further down the hallway.
Limp Dildo says. Ice armor affix for movement speed. Limp Dildo says. Disintegrate 4/4 is a must. Verdun Sadie says. No offhands except those two. My bad. Limp Dildo says. Teleport is fine.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's on the two pieces I don't have. Nice. All right.
Verdun Sadie says. It's still pretty effective with 3/4.
Yeah, but I had really good pants and shoulders. That was the only ones I was like, damn, okay.
Limp Dildo says. Wow. Limp Dildo says. You're lucky. Verdun Sadie says. Nah, he had rhodolite, that wasn't luck.
Yeah, I just crafted them, Limp. We were again.
Limp Dildo says. Still to get double affix on pants. Limp Dildo says. And 3/3.
Oh, I need to reforge these then. It's fucking terrifying.
Tussie B says. Make sure you stack Death Heals Party. I'm sure you will get full value for your team. Limp Dildo says. LOL. Verdun Sadie says. Haha. Limpe Dildo says. Armor and potency?
Oh no. We'll go put it on.
Limpe Dildo says. Remember, don't go near. Limpe Dildo says. Play far and Kata style.
Potency is going to be more important.
Sadie says. Need that frost field to be going off before you disintegrate. Verdant Sadie says. Jason FYI.
Potency is more important for me, right, Limp? Like I only have blue rings. I don't think.
Dildo says. Yes, just activate frost armor and frost field always.
Well, it's like I probably gonna have to make freaking yellow rings or so. I'm probably wanting to stack my potency, everything of a can into it, right? I'm literally just shooting off screen, trying to like counterweight them.
Tussie B says. What's over under Death's first game? Tussie B says. 7. Limpe Dildo says. LOL.
Again, I'm giving full faith into Limp right now. We'll see if this is a troll build or not.
Tussie B says. I'm taking over, baby. Limpe Dildo says. Play this cheeky build and go Kata.
I'm going to.
Limpe Dildo says. Play as safe as possible.
I'm probably going to. I have to try to.
Says. And beam off screen.
Tootsie B, wear whatever cosmetic or whatever you like. I'm working on a video still, and you're in it. But so I'm taking a picture of your character at some point tonight. So if you want to put on whatever outfit you wish to be seen in, that is up to you. But it's not a bad video by no means. So if you want to look wherever you wish for it, granted, if you have any
Dildo says, use Gladiator.
If you've got any cosmetics that make your character move like that, or just anything, just that instead of just the basic whatever, whenever I look at you, that would be helpful. But if not, don't worry about it.
Limpe Dildo says. I think the death cosmetic is nicer. A-Clog says. Hi, what server you in?
I am on Darkening of Tristram.
Says, the Mothel Angel.
I look nude.
Verdant Sadie says. Wait, wrong, you should have teleport that leaves mirror image. I'm not seeing it.
I have teleport. How do you think I'm getting around so fast?
A Clog says. Did you go on Greed server before?
Well, I'm
Verdant
technically
Sadie
I'm
says.
on that exact same
That's
server.
Mask of Illusions.
Like Greed, Darkening of Tristram,
Verdant
they're all
Sadie
in the same
says.
group.
I keep not seeing the mirror image. I must just be missing it. Limp Dildo says. What your secondaries look like. The Blacklist says. Hey Krog, what we gonna play tonight?
I'm gonna play some BGs, I think. Let's see. I'm trying out Limp right now. Limp's got me either super messed up, like it's the biggest bait that I've ever had, or I'm giving, like, and I'm just going full faith. I'm like, you know what? And in my mind, I don't like all this, but I'm gonna give full faith here. So let's see. Potency.
9 loading 9 says. Get ready to laugh, Limp.
If you want, I can drop probably some armor. If I like, basically, if I got 2 yellow rings, I could do that.
The build works well. Limp Dildo says. LOL. The Blacklist says. You are muted, Krog, come on.
I'm muted? What do you mean I'm muted?
Says. Ask the terrorist Oceanic NKR peeps, LOL.
I'm muted? What do you mean I'm muted? Muted?
Verdant Sadie says. You're not muted.
You can't say those words here, Black. That's like the worst thing you can say. If the stream went down, we're muted, says, some shit's not ready.
KQ already.
That gets me in a panic. Tootsie, you gotta have a little patience, okay?
Dildo says.
You're ready for this.
Tootsie be playing what build?
The ice armor, like wizard style. The best things are worth waiting for, Tootsie. Don't you know that?
Tootsie B says. I want to see this train wreck. Limp Dildo says. LOL, you should ask Emmy. The Blacklist says. LMAO, that it was me, I had muted my phone.
Oh.
Tootsie B says. Ray Frost Tank 8K. Limp Dildo says. Shared to her and she did well, LOL. Verdant Sadie says. Me, not Emmy. Verdant Sadie says.
No, he showed it to Emmy too.
Emmy still a barb. Limp Dildo says. Emmy used it previously. Tootsie B says. He prob has bigger bag though. The Blacklist says. Krog, if you gonna play that beam is full damage with armor pen. Limp Dildo says.
They say it's not.
Now she's preparing for bout.
That's what they said. That like.
Sadie says.
I
gotcha.
I'm going with what Limp's saying for it. He said it's all potency and all armor, which is one thing that I could do a little bit better is with having potency. But also, I mean, right now I only have like 10k potency. I can have up to like probably 11 or 12 maybe if I can cut this gem. And put 2 rank 9s in there.
A Clog says, do you still have gem legendary? Tusibi says, enchant your death heals party members.
Do you still have gem legendary? What do you mean? Do I still have gem legendary? You mean like the fodder?
Tusibi says, do you want to win or not?
I'm not with your attitude, Tootsie. That doesn't sound like a winner's attitude.
Limp Dildo says, LOL. Tusibi says, I'm in one. Tusibi says, maybe you.
So do I click my buffs first, Limp? Like,
Limp Dildo says, keep ice armor and frost field up always. A Clog says, like you do have gem legendary so you can give some to people.
oh, no, it don't do that.
Oh shit.
I don't think you can trade anything of this.
Limp Dildo says, remember keep your distance. Limp Dildo says, play like a PUSSY. Limp Dildo says, and shoot off screen. Verdun Sadie says, it'll last longer when you're actually hitting people. Sneaky Tashi says, there's like 5 whales on C and EU where this works. A Clog says, okay, but how you get some gem legendary with 5-star? Sneaky Tashi says, in our region all these beam whizzes get ran over. Limp Dildo says, LOL. Limp Dildo says, don't go near.
It doesn't do any damage.
Verdun Sadie says, don't forget to teleport out of trouble, you have 3. Limp Dildo says, too near already.
It just doesn't do any damage. I don't even like scare people away.
The Blacklist says, ha ha ha, without a more pen you won't have damage. Verdun Sadie says, it's doing damage. Sneaky Tashi says, this will only work when you're significantly the largest in the lobby.
It doesn't fucking hit them.
Limp Limp Dildo says. Nah, not true, everyone in C have max secondaries. Limp Dildo says. For the whale bracket. Limp Dildo says. All rank 10s. Verdant Sadie says. Killed somebody.
One person, Tootsie.
LOL. 9 loading 9 says. Krog has the opposite of that though, Limp. Verdant Sadie says. That alone should make this worth it. Limp Dildo says. It's okay, he killed Tootsie. 9 loading 9 says. Lucky. Limp Dildo says. Krog. Don't go in. Limp Dildo says. This class cannot go near end step with this build. A Clog says. You know why I ask, because I need some gem legendary to upgrade my resonance. The Blacklist says. Krog, back to your monk, dude.
I can't go back. I'm screwed.
Says. He can also try that elemental build. 9 loading 9 says. It's tankier. Sneaky Tashi says. You're selling this dog shit build to someone who neither has max seconds or max residential, LOL. Tussie B says. LOL.
Let me try to put on with all my potency. It's only a secondary stat I can kind of like cut up and probably put up into 11 or 12.
Limp Dildo says. LOL, the issue is he's going in, which he shouldn't.
It just doesn't. I just don't fry anybody. It just like, it tickles them for like a while. They're weak, they may kind of plop them down, but let's see.
A Clog says. Because my level is 1419 but my resonance is 967. Gargaplatonics says. Wow, Malay. Verdant Sadie says. It's hitting harder the longer you can keep it on them.
Yeah.
Limp Dildo says. Need map awareness and see the map. Limp Dildo says. Shoot off using the minimap. Verdant Sadie says. And to be able to do that you need to be back enough to have that kind of time. Nine loading 9 says. I guess he just needs time to know the build.
Mankin or Faye.
Sneaky Tashi says. You need AP/pot to play this, LOL. 9 loading 9 says. He's been playing the easy monk build where you need no map awareness. Gargaplatonics says. If The Rock might have heard this bot speaking, he would have said it doesn't matter what anyone says. Limp Dildo says. Armor is better for him, LOL. Tussie B says. Monk, you do. Look where idle is, and run as far from it as you can. Limp Dildo says. Armor pen is squishy. Less experienced people just die.
I just don't think this one's going to be able to do the damage without either all armor pen and potency if I'm going to play it squishy style like that for it. I mean, it doesn't do enough damage, doesn't feel like. But we'll see. We'll try it again. Let's do unsee. I'd like to try to put yellow rings on.
Limp Dildo says. Like for Seder I can play Link. Limp Dildo says. Bot armor or armor pen. Limp Dildo says. But I prefer armor for safety reasons. Except convoy.
I can make them below. Actually, hold on. Actually, let me see.
Boom03 says. Real men play with 6k secondaries in a 14k secondary lobby. Winky face.
That's what I'm having to do. That's what I'm doing. Let's see.
Loading 9 says. Poor Krog has everyone in his ear. Kwong says. 9k Rs. Tussie B says. Why you crafting 11?
I was trying to see if I couldn't push up one more to it.
Tussie B says. You know you made 11 wisps there lol. Limp Dildo says. Maybe cause his greens are bad lol. Ningu says. Hi sir.
What up?
Just play this game and choose Crusader. Is it good char for starter?
Sarge, or actually, you can play whatever class you want, really. If like you're starting out and whatever. For I mean, like Seder right now is really strong, even later game. Come on, please be yellow. One's yellow. Freaking that's upgrade.
Verdun Sadie says. His greens are a lot better than they were a couple weeks ago.
I mean, most of my other greens are like 30. Boom. Only these like ones right here.
Sneaky Tashi says. Bro.
I'm stuck with a sneaky. I've got to fix it now.
Sneaky Tashi says. Your inventory.
Shut your
Sneaky Tashi says. I hate it.
Oh, Sneaky. You should have seen my stash recently. Because if I forget about it, I'm like, oh, shit, I don't want to take care of this right now. I just throw it all in there. I'm like, oh, we'll worry about it later. Oh, fat.
Verdun Sadie says. Between that inventory and all his red dots, I sometimes have nightmares. Nine loading 9 says. Same Verd ants.
But look, I have a different looking symbol than anyone else does. Mine's always special. Got this extra little dot. Oh, I need this to go with too. Upgrade. Together in my room. Boom, boom, boom.
Sneaky Tashi says. Bro, go AP.
We're going to try it first this way. And then we'll... Let's see, hold on. We're up to 12k potency now.
03 says, I would go AP and frag from a distance. 9 loading 9 says, adjust Y9 or I ban fad also.
I already moved my I'm FOD to like potency and armor. So now I'm down to 8 armor, but I got 12 potency. What does that say you want me to do? Because right here, because your levels. All right. So the gym power, like what you're talking about, is like you're talking about just fodder.
Wait, are you so mortified you're not even spamming your stream?
I'm not posting my stream anymore. I'm gonna fucking like dog shit the shit out of this match. At least if I have like some idea that I'm gonna do all right, then I'll do it. But
Limp Dildo says, remember play like a pussy. Sneaky Tashi says, he doesn't want visibility. Limp Dildo says, don't go near. 9 loading 9 says, LMAO. Limp Dildo says, the more cowardly the better. Verdon Sadie says, nice.
I'm just tickling them though.
Limp Dildo says, you have to still aim though.
Which one am I aiming with? Which laser's connecting? Is it my middle one?
Verdon Sadie says, he's doing much better. They all hit equally. KYNN says, I've been a Tempest and DH main for a while now. Should I play Blood Knight / Wizard?
Sure, play them all. Like there's no reason not to play all the classes. You will end up finding nothing more than like a better way to like actually defeat the enemy class that you are playing with.
03 says, These barbs gonna one-shot you regardless, might as well one-shot them and go full AP. KYNN says, too lazy to grind for essences though, that's the thing, haha.
Well, now they've got the auto farm out there now. I'm lazy as hell when it comes to grinding those essences too, but like now you can literally, if you're like doing something else, just throw your phone or whatever on the auto farm, jump in a four-man party. Oh man, it's so fast to gain all the essences. You don't even have to do it. What am I getting a chip on? What is chip proccing off of on this? My frost field
says, Tempest just seems underwhelming when compared to other classes, man, so oi.
Right now, Tempest got a really good build.
Says, I don't know. Verdant Sadie says, that other wizard using that exact build is stealing all your kills. You're freezing with disintegrate, it just doesn't look like it. Chest essence. KYNN says, is it the Skane build?
No, it seems to be a little bit. I actually have that build for the new Tempest one. It's something with like the Riptide now.
KYNN says, Riptide Squall or Riptide Flowing Strike?
Let me pull it up. It is right here. That's the new Tempest build. You don't know if I do this one.
Tussie B says, who's Calliope? Cheating on your wife?
That's Miss Verdant's.
KYNN
In my warband
says, oh damn, Riptide, Breaker and Storm Fury? Or whatever that is, I forgot. Tussie B says, busted.
No, Miss Verdant's part helps me with the stream team. See, photos, we work on videos. And I can't show you all the rest of the other portions of it. There's a secret sneak peeks right there. Sneak peeks, sneak peeks. But now we got some, actually a lot in the works when it comes to some videos and things like that. Miss Verdant's been helping me out with.
Verdant Sadie says, LOL. Limp Dildo says, LOL.
But no, we can actually go through our conversations. They're mostly all about Diablo or about the video that we're working on.
Tussie B says, you going top 4 in bout?
No. Doubt I even have a team for bout.
Limp Dildo says, LOL. Verdant Sadie says, you could go through my conversations with absolutely anyone. Sepcap.
Yeah,
Tussie B says, on dot.
That's the thing is, my conversations, they always will stick with either about my videos that I'm working on or Diablo. 90% of the time it's about my videos that I'm working on. think I may have to change the other. You don't gotta aim it.
Boom03 says, don't forget to auto attack when your energy is out.
Yeah, it doesn't break a line of sight at all as long as you have it. As long as I actually can keep a beam on them, actually, it's like directly on through them. But then if I get them in that gap, if I get them in that gap, they don't get it as well. Okay, so I just got to figure out which one I want to aim them with.
Verdun Sadie says, yep. Limp Dildo says, you don't need to go jolt.
Well, vengeance, what's that going to do for me?
Limp Dildo says, damage to loss of control / shield / players.
I don't know if I'm changing the Reforge. I don't know if I'm going to make a whole new Reforge of it. I've already got 3 of them.
Scylla Waystaken says, what up?
What up, Sil?
Boom03 says, would seeds be good for this build?
I don't know. Oh, I got caught.
Limpe Dildo says. You see, this build forces them to come for you. Verdun Sadie says. Yep, I definitely aided in a couple wins yesterday by just baiting the tank off the idol repeatedly. Limpe Dildo says. You need to constantly heal up and play like a dumb pussycat. Limpe Dildo says. Okay, you getting the hang of it?
Oh, I couldn't get it. They're gonna push it. They're gonna push it right there. Damn it. We got 5 more kills, so maybe we can do it. Oh, couldn't get him. Lost by 2 kills. Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer.
Limpe Dildo says. Save your teleport to run. Limp Dildo says. Don't use them unnecessarily. Limp Dildo says. If you can get more ice armor affix will be better. Limp Dildo says. Gives you mobility. Limp Dildo says. Bro, you want bile.
Do I? But I was like thinking, wouldn't the bellet plus the skill damage plus the
Limp Dildo says.
Morning Skull?
12k potency with bile is good.
Went that way then for it. Should I like Starfire Maw then? So that way I kind of like drop the sandwich on him? No, I don't know.
Limp Dildo says. What's your CE level? Limp Dildo says. If it's higher than 5 use it better than behell it.
What's your CE? What's Crim?
Limp Dildo says. Colossus engine.
Mine's only rank 4.
Limp Dildo says. Your voice is back to soft.
Mine is only rank 4.
Limp Dildo says. Change your audio settings.
It's not those changing the audio settings. I think it's like every time that I like, well, it's to make it where you don't hear my keyboard clicking. I think it's every time I unplug it and plug it back in, all of the default settings that I have set to it aren't set on there. And I've got it cranked up to like max on everything else, but I maybe need to try to like.
Verdant Sadie says. No, you just made it better leaning closer.
I mean, yeah, if I get real close to it, it's better. I mean, or if I talk about.
Mike just too far away.
Mike, it's right here in my face. Like shit! It knocked over my drink. Literally, it's that freaking close. Like my mic is like in my lap almost. That's the problem with it. But some wanted to make sure that I didn't have any more clicks, so we got rid of the clicks. But
Verdant Sadie says. Is saying where has all the rum gone too soon?
no, we didn't. It wasn't the rum one. The rum one's over here. I put that further away. I would have to reach further if it's alcohol. That was just actually the root beer that was for it.
Limp Dildo says. Remember to aim the laser and play like a pussy.
As long as I aim at one of them.
Sneaky Tashi says. The clicks were gone. It's back.
Well, that's because I had to move it so much closer now because my mic doesn't pick up me anymore. It's like it's so get here. Damn it, quick. Our flames. Yeah, no, I don't know. I see it have some potential, but it's not mine. And if it was nuking them down.
Verdant Sadie says, you'll be really good at getting the center guardian thingy down fast. Limp Dildo says, this game got no tanks lol. Verdant Sadie says, might as well AP.
No. No. I think what it is. Yeah, that's definitely the case. That's what we need to do for it now. Because one, I still have to finish that video for the wedding, and I need to finish this other video for basically Diablo Immortal for the Bout of Equals. It could actually be a really good time to drop it pretty much right before, I guess, the new Bout of Equals, or Bout of Realms is coming out. Yeah, get a hold of me. Get a freaking hold of me. I can't even freeze you. Yeah.
Limp Dildo says, don't stand and fight, bro.
Oh,
it's build needs to run away.
You're right. I know, Limp, and I do see the potential in Limp. I do get it. I get that one for it. I do appreciate all the efforts you have done for that one. But I'm going to go work on something a little more productive.
When you make their tanks chase you, they won't be able to step.
Oh no, but that's just baiting them out with just teasing at them. I don't actually do anything to them. So, but we're gonna raid out to my boy Maurice, and we are going to work on my video. So, thank you all so much for watching. And
bro is waiting out the class change CD.
Yeah, it's fucking.
She says.
Yeah.
LOL.
Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.